Good morning, guys. Welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on altcoins today. We'll take a look at Bitcoin first, and then I keep saying that I'm going to do some specific altcoin videos, which I will do some, but I just want to cover a broad spectrum of altcoins today, and we'll just have a look at what's been going on. Most are very, very similar setups. Some have gone off on their own on this relief rally, like we'll take a look at Metis in a second. That's had a decent rise, but first off, let's start by taking a look at Bitcoin. And we've had that range-bound price action now, which we have broken out of. And then we've had a retest of that breakout. You could say that was the Elon news that brought us down, or could it just possibly have been natural price action? We always, usually, once we break out of a certain pattern or a period of time within a range, then you tend to get a retest of that breakout, and that's exactly what's happened here. We've had the range-bound price action here. Look at that, that is a range-bound price action. You can see we are forming higher lows on the way up. So that's a higher low, and then we've come out, we've retested, so we've broken out, and we've come back and we've retested the higher range, and then bounced up from that, and so far, we are pushing up, and we're pretty much going around, staying around $23,000. I've got two levels maxed up, which I mentioned yesterday. So we've got 26k, which is a level of resistance in back in 2021, I believe it was. And then we've got this region up here, which I think is the most logical area that we could potentially tap. It's pretty much a free fall from that 28k. They are saying that Elon's average sell was around $28,000. And this is a strange period, because around this period here and this period here, more than likely, is when 3AC, Celsius, other major multi-billion dollar companies that have been liquidated in crypto, it's happening around here. So a lot of people are saying that Elon has liquidated RM, but it is what it is. I don't think it's Elon personally. Elon took a move to save his company and save losses, just due to the fact of the global macroeconomic outlook, which is very bleak. So people are blaming Elon, but it's just, it could have happened in any possible way, and somebody's got to sell that Bitcoin, haven't they? So price action so far is being quite favourable. Whenever we had that pullback, some alts did get a little bit butchered, but for me, I'm still looking at these two regions. I'm not in any longs. I'm in some spot buys on altcoin, which I will talk about now. Just before we do finish that, those two levels I'm looking for, remember, if we come back down and start getting probably some 4-hourly closures below this range here, with its high range, which is now support, then I think we'll come back down and test 20k. So that's a bit of a bearish scenario. Just look at those 4-hour closures. We actually got a couple of wicks into that range, but we bounced straight back above it. So if we get any 4-hourly closures below that level there at 22,500, then you're probably going to look at a short back down towards 20k, and then see what happens, potentially back down to 17s or 18s. You can see there's quite a lot of support around that region, so let's wait and see. So altcoins, I'm going to start off with Metis. It's an asset that I bought at around $19, which was somewhere around here. I bought it there. And what I've done is pulled my initial out. So I've now got some free Metis, which is average price around $30. So we're up on that buy as well. So that's looking good at the minute. We've got some free Metis for a ride, and I've still got a bit of a sell order up here, but it depends what goes on across the markets. If Bitcoin does start pushing up, I'll probably move that up towards these region around here and try and tap some of this liquidity around 47. But if you're looking for some buys on Metis, I mean, let's have a look at my daily time frame. See if there's any support levels down here. Probably potentially not, but I mean, you could look at this region here. If we put the horizontal ray on, if you look at the peak there at $28 and the peak there, it was a major level of resistance, and we'll use it as a support area around here. So for me, if you're looking for buys on Metis, $28 could be a nice region. And then in terms of Fibonacci, if you look at the entire move from the bottom to the top, well, that lines up nice at 382 level, doesn't it? So look at buys at around $28 and stagger them all the way down to around $19 if the market does turn sour. So that's some levels for you to buy on Metis if you really fancy loading up on some Metis and trying to ride it to Valhalla. Next, we'll just take a quick look at ETH, which I've not looked at in a while really. I tend not to look at ETH. I should do really more, to be honest, but looking at this this price action now. This is the region it needs to push up to around 1750. Looks like a nice area in the past. I brought it marked up, loads of support levels there, so which would indicate it's a nice level of resistance to break through. So I think if you're looking for sells, that's around 1750. I think you should be looking to sell, and then same with buys. We've got some major support levels back down here around 1200 bucks. I think for any type of bullish price action or any type of shift change, you need to get back above 2,300, which is a long way off yet. I can't see that happening short term. Maybe if we get a push up to here, we might get a fat rejection back down towards the region, but it's hard to say. I mean, July historically has been a bullish month for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's see what happens in August. I think I've seen a few people mention that we continue this rally throughout August and nuke in September and October. That's a potential scenario as well, but remember, everybody's just guessing. What other assets should we look at? VeChain. I've not covered this for a while in terms of price analysis specifically. I'm actually holding a bag, and we come down to a major support level down here. I actually bought some more here if you look at my entry, and then the market dumped, so I'm underwater on that trade by a couple of grand, but nothing to worry about. I'm looking at to hold VeChain long term. I think that's what I did back. When did I buy VeChain? It might have been back around here. I think I got about 1 cent when we had that drop, and then I rode that. I didn't take any profit until about here. Way too late on that. Should took profit right up here, but that's greed for you, that is. So next time I'll be taking profit on my way up, which we all should be doing. But yeah, that's had a little pump at a minute. I mean, if you're looking for sells, this is a sell area here at around 3.2 cent. If you're looking to accumulate, same region, sell here to buy back maybe towards the lows at around 2.8 cent, and then hopefully ride up to that next level of resistance, which is around 4.3 cent. If the price blasts through my entry and we get up to 4.3 cent, yeah, I'll definitely be selling a bag of VeChain there. So that's Metis, ETH and VeChain. Someone mentioned Chiliz. Let's have a quick look, which is at 11 cent. I hold some Chiliz. I think my average entry is around 33 cent, or maybe 23 cent. Might be 33 actually, because I think I remember buying it, and I think I probably bought it around here. Might have been one of these wicks. I remember buying it at top, and then it just dumped, but it is what it is. I've not bought any Chiliz for a while. I bought a bag when things are looking semi-okay, and then it's just sold off. But I mean, compared to some assets, it doesn't look as bad. It looks kind of sideways price action with no major. I mean, we had a major L here which sold off, but then I kind of maintained its level until we dropped below this region, which was a major level of support, and it's starting to just trickle up slowly. I've not really heard any news from Chiliz recently. I remember, like, probably going back 6 months now, they were banging out the partnerships with new clubs. Not heard anything for a while. Maybe that's because I've not got my eye on the pulse. I'm not seeing what's going on, but usually it's plastered all over Twitter, like Juventus or Barcelona partnering with them. I've not seen any of that. So maybe they are still building, maybe or not, but I need to take a look into it. But my Chiliz is on my Chiliz wallet, and I think it's earning something over there. But in terms of price action, it's low, isn't it? I mean, what we're currently at 11 cent. Where we've been in the past, if you look down here, we have been all the way down to these regions, so just be wary that it could come back down. You have got let's put this on my weekly time frame. We have got some support around here, which is at around 5 cent, 5.8 cent. I'm not going to say that's going to happen, but it's just a level to monitor around there. So there was a level of resistance before we flipped it and then pushed up. So just beware if the market did continue to tumble. Then you're going to look at that region down there. I'm not going to go any lower on that, to be honest. I can't see it dropping down to 3 or 4 cent. I think that would be a bit ridiculous, to be honest. But if you're looking for buys, maybe go back to a daily time frame. It's just starting to ease up very, very gradually, isn't it? If you're looking for buys, old Fibonacci will always come in handy and use these levels. I think that looks like a nice level there on that 382 level. Could be a decent level to a 10 cent. Psychological area too. And then use these as orders levels down here. So 10 cent, 9.6, 8.9, and then 8.1. Those are regions where you could look at to potentially buy. Then taking profit. You got the tops here at around 13 cent, which is also a negative level on the Fibonacci. Then you got the bottom here around 16 cent, but don't want to get too carried away with that. It's hard to see any profit coming, but hopefully with some bullish price action on Bitcoin, that might tumble over into some altcoins. But I'm going to do a video on RSR potentially tomorrow. Going to Croatia for 10 days shortly, so not going to be able to get any videos out at all, I don't believe, but I'll try taking my laptop with me. But yeah, that's it. That's some thoughts on the market. We've covered about 4 altcoins here and Bitcoin as ever. If you're new to this channel as ever, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.